Dementia is an illness which affects old people and wipes out some of their recent memories, but they will remember emotions of them. So if they had a funny time, they'll remember that it was funny. I know about dementia due to a visit at the start of the dementia project, which informed us all about dementia and how old people are affected by it.
They came in to talk to them about dementia, and they gave an excellent presentation, which by the end the children had a very clear understanding of what dementia was. They used a very strong metaphor of the bookshelves, with everything on the top shelf getting very wobbly and falling off, which I found very useful since with the children, because I talk about them getting their bottom shelf filled up. So I think that's been a really good metaphor for that. And the string activity also made them understand exactly what was going on in these old folks' heads. That was followed up with a lovely session with Pip and Tessa, with several different activities, all geared around the thoughts and feelings and thinking about what's going on in people's heads.
Our reasoning for the way of working was to get them to work together and to listen and to make marks. But we got a whole lot more out of it.
Definitely. We started, didn't we, with the children got into pairs, and then we asked them to sit back to back, and for one of them to think of a special place that they felt really comfortable in, and for that person then to describe that place to their partner, who would then draw that place, how they imagined it. And we didn't look at any of the drawings until at the end. And then when they were reflecting on it, it made them think about that whole process of communication.
I suppose with Rhiannon's having gone in there and done a dementia-friendly session, that she'd kind of primed them to think, well, actually, this would be quite difficult for somebody else to understand. And they were already being quite thoughtful.
We invited them to kind of think about creating a shape with their own body on the paper, and they then drew round each other,
which gave them a chance to be up close and personal, which is what they were going to do when they went into the care home.
Yes, and then invited them to tear up bits of tissue paper to cover it.
Lots of you're unleashing this mass of energy.
All the children volunteered to go to Brookside. They were all very interested in meeting and having a partner down there.
As an opener in the care home, we decided to offer them the chance to make a big piece of work as a group. I think our reasoning for that was that it was a group activity rather than too much of like one-to-one, which might be a bit challenging at the first instance. So we all sat round a large table with a big piece of paper on it in which we'd drawn a circle, and then invited them to draw each other's hands. We gave them a whole range of colours, didn't we? And then the children were able to then invite the resident to choose a colour that they would like to, be used for their hand. And it was that was a great way of breaking down, because also the paint started to get involved, and the getting paint on your hands and being allowed to be messy and be sensitive to each other.
Taking a hand like that and actually inviting somebody to let you draw around it. You know, when it's the first time you meet, so you're using touch as part of the drawing.
That's trust, really, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was a bit nervous when I first met John, but from the moment we started doing the hand printing, we just became like friends.
The children came back absolutely buzzing about their partners and how great they were.
John is a really nice man, and he's eager to get involved in stuff.
The excitement of the young people at having the older people come into their space to do the final set of prints had another kind of energy.
Yeah.
And it carried a whole load of things that I don't think we will ever know, in terms of the importance to the residents who came from the home, the people who brought them, the children who worked with them, and then the fact that it was almost impossible to stop them working because
Yes, they just wanted to carry on, carry on.
and keep going.
Lewis was full of John, obviously, and Gracie was talked about a lot, and Marge. And then it finished off with the poet Graham coming in.
The main part of the morning was spent with them thinking and writing about something that they'd remembered or something that they'd forgotten, a time in their lives when they'd forgotten something, to just get them to think or to experience, really, to feel what it's like when you forget something and the consequences of that. And there were some very, very funny stories.
I really liked the visit with Graham because it was really exciting doing all these posters and like saying I forgot this and I forgot that. My poster set is over there and it says I forgot my coat when I went on holiday and had to wear my sister's pink one for a week.
And some of them are quite poignant.
I forgot that dogs aren't animals to be ridden. I spent an hour doing my homework and the next day I forgot to bring it into school and I had to stay and break and do it all again.
Or some of them were perhaps a little bit embarrassing at the time.
When I was 4, I went to the shop and there was an old lady wearing the same coat as my mum. So I ran up to her and jumped on her back because I thought she was my mum.
But all of them was done with a great sense of humour.
I remember when my dad gave me a wedgie and I couldn't ride my bike.
Yeah, I think it bridged a gap into their understanding of what memory and forgetting feels like.
I've learnt that no matter how old people are, you can still be friends with them, and that it's changed my opinion of people like John who live in homes and stuff. And now I really want to get involved in another project like this again. And I think other people would too.
The other day, Pip came to look at the display, and she was in here, and Drew, one of the children who went to pay, came to talk to her. And she couldn't remember his name. And he said, that's all right, he said, because you remember who I am, he said. And she said, yeah, I remember who you are. He said, yeah, you just don't remember my name. And I thought, well, he clearly understands dementia really, really well. And I think you'd find if you talk to anybody in my class that would be the case. They've got a very clear understanding of it all. It's been very beneficial for them and very beneficial for the school. I hope we can continue our links.